The Phoenix Suns are tied for 5th in the Western Conference, and they're only half a game behind the 4 seed, and they're only 2 games behind the 3 seed. This is the same team that missed the play-in last year. They missed the play-in last year. And after they missed the play-in, they go into the offseason and they end up trading the best player on their team. On Power Rankings NBA on Reddit, these are people that rank power rankings every single year in the NBA. All they do is watch basketball. And the Suns only got 2 votes to make the playoffs, and they were both voted as the 8th seed, bro. What? On betting sites, the Suns were ranked the 24th best team in the NBA behind the Blazers with a win total of 32.4. I'm getting all the receipts out. Even Basketball Reference had the win total for the Suns at 30.5 plus 50,000 to win the NBA championship, bro. I'm not saying they're going to win the championship, but look at this. No one thought this team was going to be good. And on top of all of that, they're the 5th best defense in the league. They're 2nd in steals and 6th in opponent field goal percentage. They're also top 10 in the league in 3-point shooting as a team, bro. What? I don't know about you guys, but when I first started seeing the Suns cook, I immediately thought that it was all Devin Booker. That Devin Booker was taking this team to a new level, and he was having an MVP level season, averaging insane stuff to keep this team afloat. And while yes, he has been really good this year, definitely all-star level player, the stats you're about to see are going to kind of shock you, I'm not going to lie. He's averaging 25 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 3.4 turnovers, 45% from the field, and only 30% from 3. These are not the efficiency numbers we were expecting. And after seeing this, it makes a lot more sense why the Suns would be 21st in offense and 23rd in field goal percentage and bottom 8 in turnovers. So this is all kind of making more sense now. But there's something missing about the Suns offense. Jalen Green has only played 3 games this season, and when he's played, he's looked amazing. And we all know he's an offensive powerhouse. And also sticking him next to someone like Devin Booker, who we know can play the point guard too, who's another scorer, this could be scary. This was Jalen Green last year. Look at the numbers. Yeah, they might not wow you, but they're still really good offensive numbers. And you have to remember, he's only 23 years old. He's only getting better. Stick him next to someone like Devin Booker, and they're going to be cooking. And he's going to fix some of these offensive issues for the Suns. Speaking of the Suns offense, nobody was expecting Dillon Brooks to be the offensive player he is this year. Averaging 20 points per game. He's putting up 7 threes a game, still shooting at about 34%, but that's not bad. I mean, it's a little below the league average, but still, Dillon Brooks has stepped into that role because he knows that Devin Booker can't do it all by himself, and there's no one else on this team that can help him. Speaking of stepping up and helping Devin Booker, man, this guy definitely has helped him. He stepped up 42% from 3 on 7 attempts a game. What do we do? I remember watching this guy for the first time last year thinking, who is this guy? And he comes in this year and he's acting diffy. Now, quick shout outs to these players on the Suns. Mark Williams averaging 12 points per game on 65% shooting. Yes, most of them are lobs. Doesn't matter. That's still great for the team. Royce O'Neal, 10 points per game on 41% from 3, 7 attempts per game. Another sniper from 3, another reason why they're top 10 in 3-point shooting. And then Jordan Goodwin, 4 attempts of 3 per game, 35%. Right at league average. And then obviously, we all know what Grayson Allen can do. 38% from 3, 9 attempts per game, 16 points per game. These are the players that you need to surround Devin Booker with. And this is all of the Suns offense without a fully healthy Jalen Green. He's only played 3 games. He's looked great in those 3 games. I can't wait to see what the offense does with him because, in my opinion, it can only get better when he's on the court. Okay, enough with the offense. Now time to talk about the Suns, where they've really been thriving this year, which is their defense. Shout out to Cleaning the Glass for this stat right here. They're 6th in points per possession, 9th in effective field goal percentage, 3rd in turnover percentage, and yes, offensive rebound percentage and free throw rate are both low, but those are 2 things that they can work on. And yes, we've already looked at this stat sheet, but let's look at it again. They're 5th in total points per game allowed, 14th in opponent field goal percentage, 6th in 3-point percentage. They're 26th in blocks, but 2nd in steals and 20th in rebounds. So yes, rebounding and blocks and like the big man in the middle does seem to be the problem here, but Mark Williams has been playing good, so it's just not, I guess, reflecting on the stat sheet. You guys want to know something absolutely crazy? Every single player you see on your screen right now is averaging at least 1 steal per game. No, I'm not trolling. They're all averaging at least a steal per game. And that's at least 1.0 steals per game. They have 2 players, Ryan Dunn and Devin Booker, averaging 0.9 steals per game. This team is a cookie monster, man. And yes, props to the players. They're beginning in the passing lanes. They've been hounding ball handlers. But this guy is coming up with these defensive schemes. Their head coach, Jordan Ott. I bet you didn't even know who the head coach was if you're casual. Jordan Ott is the head coach of the Suns, and he's cooking them on defense. Here's how you know Jordan Ott is just a basketball sicko. He started as a video coordinator at Michigan State and then went to the Hawks and was a video coordinator there and worked his way up to become an assistant coach, all the way up to becoming a head coach. That's how you know this guy's just passionate about basketball, man. And I'm sure he's cooking up in the film room too. I mean, he was a video coordinator. If I had to vote for coach of the year, like if I had a vote, I'm voting for this guy, dude. All these preseason predictions had the Suns being a bottom feeder lottery team, and he's coaching them to a playoff spot, man. Come on. Okay, this is a clip from them playing defense on Wemby earlier in the year. So Wemby gets the ball in the post, double comes, back up to Dylan Harper, good rotations. Look at these rotations. Back to Wemby, another double comes, forcing Wemby to take a dribble and throw a cross-court pass, which is immediately rotated to, tipped to Castle, and then forced a bad three-point shooter to take this shot. Go in, Booker boxes out Wemby, and they get the board. I mean, this is perfect basketball. I really recommend you guys to go read this article, okay? It talks about the Suns defense and how they do it, and that they're instinct-driven, which I think is amazing because they basically says, use your instincts on defense, jump passing lanes, try to get steals, communicate often. Let's play team defense. Don't have everyone do it by themselves. And as you saw in that clip, they're doubling, rotating, jumping lanes, steals, closeouts. It's just super communicative and athletic, this type of defense that they're playing. And this instinctive defense works perfectly with the roster construction. Dylan Brooks, Ryan Dunn, Jordan Goodwin, Colin Gillespie, Royce O'Neal. These are all elite wing defenders already. And now that they're allowed to act on their instincts and not be afraid to make mistakes, it just makes them that much better. And yes, a lot of people are saying when Jalen Green comes back, the defense is going to take a hit. And I'm not totally disagreeing with that. I do think the defense might take a small hit, but the offense is going to get raised by way more than the defense is going to get lowered, if that makes sense. And also, I really think if Jalen Green buys into the defensive system, he could also be one of those players averaging 1.2, 1.3 steals per game. Now, do I think this team is going to win the championship? No. Do I think they're going to make the finals? No. But I'm just saying, don't be surprised if this team goes into the playoffs with this defensive system and Devin Booker and Jalen Green firing all cylinders and maybe win 1 or 2 playoff series. I'm just saying that's not crazy to say at this time. Also, need to bring this up. If you watch the Olympics, Devin Booker was low-key playing as a role player, taking only shots that he was wide open for, swing. He wasn't a primary ball handler, but he was also playing elite defense. And if you remember, he even locked up Luka in some of these possessions in the Suns versus Mavericks series. Yes, I know Luka cooked them, but Devin Booker could be an elite defender. Don't try to act like he's a cone out there. He's not a cone. Now, looking at the landscape of the West, once again, the teams that I think the Suns can compete with is pretty much everybody except for the Nuggets. I don't think there's anything they can do against Jokic. Yes, I know the Thunder are really good and they're 37-8. I think if the Suns are in a series with the Thunder, they're not going to get swept. I think they're going to compete. The defense is really good, and I really believe in Devin Booker in the playoffs. He's one of the best playoff risers we've ever seen. I don't think there's a team besides the Nuggets that they're going to go in there and just get stomped on. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of the Suns, if you think they're, just on a insanity run right now, if you actually believe in them in the playoffs, where you have them. Also, please subscribe and like. We're almost at 1K subs. We hit the goal of 500 subs by February, so I'm actually changing it to 1K subs. Let's go. Let's get to 1K subs. Also, if you made it this far, little interest about me is I have a season parlay right now, and the last leg that needs to hit, everything else is hit. The last leg that needs to hit is Devin Booker 50-point game. If you think Devin Booker's going to have a 50-point game, let me know in the comments, please. I need him to get 50-point game. I have a lot of money on the line here. But thank you for making it this far in the video. Love you. I post videos 3 times a week. Subscribe. Peace.